I've started by exploring Thailand's food, but that only scratches the surface of trying to understand the DNA of this complex culture. I'm going to need some real help. It's going to take someone like Woody Milantachinda, who is one of Thailand's most recognized and loved TV hosts. Woody is probably going to hate this description. He is, if you will, the Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah of Thailand. He chose the water for our meeting.
This is the Chao Phraya River, the biggest river in Thailand. It is the center of Bangkok and also the center of Thailand.
But is it part of the city's DNA?
It is definitely a part of the city's DNA. Everything is here, Richard, from hotels to schools to temples to slums to shacks, literally every single thing. The beautiful Wat Arun, this is one of the most beautiful temples, the Temple of Dawn.
Yes.
The Temple of Dawn is here. It's simple. Do you notice how simple it is?
No,
it's very creative, but it looks simple.
I think it looks extremely complicated. There's no simplicity. I think it's...
No, the shape is simple, Richard.
Oh, yes.
But the detail is complicated. And that is Thailand to me, too, in a sense. There is chaos here.
I love that.
But then there's peace in the middle of this chaos.
That's what I love. I love the chaos and then the peace.
Yeah. You have peace and chaos on the same spot.
When I think of Thailand,
Yeah.
and let's face it, the place has marketed itself this way. Land of smile. Look at it. Look at that $1 million smile. Billion baht smile. The land of smiles, the kindness, the gentleness, etc., etc., etc. Is that true? And if so, where does it come from?
I came back here when I was 17. I was so American. You know, I didn't understand the Thai culture, and I felt like everybody was just too kind. I didn't get that culture. Everyone is so kind and loving. And then once you live here for some time, you realize it's in the DNA. It has always been a part of our culture, being loving, being kind, being compassionate.
Woody is par exemplar of everything about which we've spoken. Wonderfully polite, courteous, respectful, and yet there's a tough inner guiding core. When you broadcast, you have a reputation. You're not an easy interviewer. You don't pull your punches, but everybody leaves feeling good afterwards. You've worked hard at that, haven't you?
It's been a long journey. When I started out, it was just about asking the toughest questions. Everyone was thinking, why are you asking all these questions? Thais don't do that. So I began to change the way I ask questions. Instead of going, is it true that you ask? I don't do that anymore. I lay back and I I smile, you know, and I ask them the questions that needs to be asked.
Before we disembark, I want to master the art of the Thai greeting.
Place your palms on your chest. Beautiful. You point your nose to your fingers, and that's it. And if someone who's older, you go down. Yeah, that's it. And if you don't respect them, you just say, hi.
I've been totally charmed by the man who always makes sure he looks his best. Utterly charming. Very much like the Thai people themselves.